I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being who the world calls Jesus Christ. The letter J is only 500 years old. His name cannot be Jesus. It is written, there is no other name under heaven which man can be saved by. And in fact, let's get that, Lord willing. Oh, my charger. Let me do it anyway. Can't find my charger. All right, the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 12. New International Version. Salvation is found in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given to mankind by which we must be saved. Okay. Should go to the Blue Letter Bible. Salvation, preserved or preservation or deliverance from harm, ruin, or loss. Okay, and loss is about to come upon the earth. At work today, a boss in a different department had pretty much heard a conversation I was having with somebody, and he chimed in stating that there was going to be a lot more layoffs, and stating that he's never in his life been to so many meetings for the same company, might I add, because I had mentioned how I've been going for 15 days and how so much has changed since I've been back. And he said that they've been having meetings about training the bosses what to do for a riot in the workplace because of a financial collapse or a collapse of society. And it was disturbing him, is the best way I can put it. It was disturbing him. And then he said what was ironic was that his lady, is also a boss at another job. He didn't specify the company. No, me personally, no need to ask. But he said that she said that she's been having her company's been having the same meetings. And he had this disturbed look on his face because he doesn't know Yahweh Shai, would be my assumption. And to keep it on the same topic real quick, I was speaking to one of the coworkers who had text me. She had seen me get on the shuttle, and she texted me, and we started texting, and then long story short, she had called me when we got off the shuttle, and we talking, and she says, and I'm telling her what I heard the boss tell me, what a boss told me for neither one of our departments. I don't know what department she in. Anyway, so she was like, that's crazy because her brother just got fired yesterday. She said they fired 18 people at her brother's job yesterday, or they just got fired. They all went out to dinner or something like that. Her family, about 13 of them, 15 kids or something like that. They all went out to dinner, something about 15 something. I don't know. There was a lot going on. So they all went out to dinner yesterday, and which was a beautiful thing. They won't have many of those. So it's great that they took the time to do that. I didn't tell her that, though. But anyway, so 18 co-workers at his job just got fired, whatsoever it may be. I didn't ask. No need for me to ask. I just told her to tell him to not feel bad that everybody else is pretty much next. And I haven't pretty much given her too much of the word. She's seen the Tasmanian devil video, the feed me. So, you know. But it seems like when people, especially women, when they see things that they can't explain or things that, you know, are out of their league, they run from it, they shy from it. If it's something that they can't control or master, it's pretty much something that they don't want to touch, if that makes sense. You know, why grab Play-Dohs or why play with a pile of Legos or even mess with Jenga if every time you touch the Jenga, everything fall down. So they just leave Jenga alone because it don't go the way they want it to go. And I immediately thought of the book of 2nd Ezra, and I thought of many other scriptures as well. Then I see this, the Akim of GMS Faithful Few Charlotte 1443.
Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
Now, let me say this first of all. In New York City, seeing somebody dressed like that in a normal, functioning, great society is not a surprise, you know. But obviously, we're coming into a time to where the spirits, the demons that are on people, want to feed the flesh. They have to feed that flesh by any means. All right, I'm not even going to say all of that.
Transfer is available to the M34 Select Bus Service. Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
And if you notice, the spirit told that girl to move. You notice the spirit told that girl to move. She moved just in time for that demon to get a snack of rice or whatever he had, whatever she was eating. And this is the condition of the 12 tribes of Israel. Believe it or not, this is the condition of the future condition of the enemies of God's chosen children. Okay, that have chosen to come back to him and escape the second death. Okay, goodness gracious. The second book of Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will pour in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Okay? So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai put it in the mouth of the prophets in the days of old to warn the 12 tribes of Yasha'Allah, which cannot be numbered and which are scattered across the world. And I just quoted two different scriptures. I just paraphrased two different scriptures. And goodness gracious. And they're not to fear not the imaginations against thee. Okay? You're not to fear the imaginations against thee. Okay, so what they say that you can't, that you're this race and you're not an Israelite. Whoa, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. I can't believe in God. I can't have faith that, wait a minute, I just can't have faith that out of 12 tribes and out of thousands of years that I can't come from one of the sperm of those 12 men. Said it be as the sand of the sea. I like God. I believe in Yahweh Shai coming back. I believe in the power. I'm gaining faith. I'm getting faith. I'm learning the word. I'm seeing the signs. Seeing the signs that the prophet spoke of. Okay, seeing the signs in the heavens that Yahweh Shai spoke of. The blood moons that's been going on for the past 3 years. Salakia. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Why? Because you've seen the signs. You've seen the blood moons. Okay, you see the RFID microchip coming into play. Okay, you see the dollar collapsing. You see the wars and rumors of wars. Okay, you see the love of many waxing cold. Okay, you see the enemies should be those of their own household. It's like it's not coming to me how it's written. The second book of Ezra, chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, so famine is upon us, and the Lord is bringing it upon us. Okay, he's sending evil angels to pull out assignments. Extreme scarcity of food. Okay, so let's look at the word scarcity. The state of being scarce or in short supply, shortage. Okay, shortage. So the food is there, but there is a shortage of it. It is scarce. Scarce. Okay, especially of food, money, or some other resource, insufficient for the demand. Okay, so we're coming into a scarce time for food and money, or some other resource like water. Okay, hygiene projects, hygiene products. Okay. And those things will still be available, but they will be available in small numbers or quantities. They will be rare. Rare. So they will be there for the elites. And they will say there's just enough for those that are microchipped. We don't have enough for everybody. We have to ration it out. We have to know how much you're getting. We have to know your footprint. Okay, your digital footprint. So what we're going to do is we're going to issue this bag of chips in each state that can be distributed so that you may consume what you need to consume, but it's fairly distributed because we don't have a lot. Things are scarce. And then you will comply because all of the unfaithful will comply. Unfaithful to what? Unfaithful to what's written in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. Let's go to it. Matter of fact, let's pull it up on the screen as well. Not Salakia. Make this time. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And what's going to happen to the people that don't get it? They're going to have to deal with this.
Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
I'll tell you what's wrong with him. Things are scarce for him. Okay, he's suffering a famine. Okay, you have food. It's not scarce for you. But for this man, food and money is scarce. Resources are scarce for him. And there is a line that Americans don't know that they're in. You're in that line for scarcity. So the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 6, Salakia, verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, you were unfaithful. You took the mark. You took the mark. Okay, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now he calls it all, but the unfaithful are the only ones that are going to take it. Why? Because verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. Here is the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. So this is something that a man is going to do. Something that a man is going to do. And his number is 603 score and 6. The second book of Ezra, chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So you can be judged now. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. You can be judged now, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. So you can be judged now. Okay, you're exercising extreme wickedness upon children, upon men, upon nature. Extreme wickedness. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Okay? In their heart and out loud on the highways and byways. And on the back of the unicorn. On the wings of the unicorn. Salakia. We don't get on backs around here. Okay, we stay under the wings. Or we stay in the right hand and under the wings. Or in the shadow of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's like, verse 9, and therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them. Who? The righteous, not the unfaithful. And receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay, so the innocent blood will be received from among the guilty. So they are guilty on the earth. And what happens when you're guilty? What happens when you're guilty of being good? Oh, man. Verse 10. This is what happens when you're guilty, because our whole nation is guilty. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Okay? Now we are wrapped up as a nation, led to the slaughter. Okay, did we not read in Revelation 13, verse 16, he calls it all? So we're led as a flock to the slaughter because you will receive a grievous boil. You will receive a grievous boil. The book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went, this is the angel, and poured out his vial upon the earth. You know, the vial is too heavy for a little naked baby in Pampers to pour out. I'm just saying. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon them. A little baby would do this? This is terrible. A little baby angel would not do this. Okay, this is an angel of the Lord, not an angel of the imagination of man, where little babies in Pampers have vials that pour out noisome and grievous sores upon them. You know, it's not even a beautiful fairy tale. The book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and put, Disney couldn't even make that look good. The book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the charagma. You see the word? You see the word? It had the mark of the charagma. I gotta start washing my mouth. Someone's been telling me just make a whole nother page and not post anymore on this page. But then I said, nah, don't be no punk. It's not about being a punk. I just know they about to come for this. And upon them which worshipped his image. Okay, so a grievous sore is an angel is going to cause a grievous sore. Ooh, wow. How you like that? The angel is going to cause a grievous sore to fall upon the men, women, and children, which take the mark of Esau. And upon, because remember, it is the number of a man. 666 is the number of a man. So a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which have the mark of Esau, chief house Amalek, so-called Ishi people, since they run the banking system. If money doesn't rule the world, and this has to do with buying and selling. If the Ishi people run the money, the banking system, and this has to do with buying and selling, then this is the mark of the Ishi. This is an Ishi mark. But the Ishi is the house of Esau. And it's not a color thing. Okay, there's dark-skinned Ishi people all in Hollywood. What's her name? Diana? No, not Diana Ross. Who knows? I don't know. They're all over. What's her name? Laura London. She's an Ishi girl. Okay, if Drake's mother and father was reversed, he'd be Ishi, but he's an Israelite. He just got Ishi swag. So I can play it. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. My people is led to get my people is led for angels to pour grievous sores out on them. That's terrible. What type of setup is that? How you gonna have a yellow brick road with an angel waiting there to pour out grievous sores on them? The angel, Esau, man, you are a Pied Piper witch for real. You are a witch, Pied Piper. Evil. That is evil. But you don't understand the scriptures, right? You don't know that's what you're doing. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So the economy is about to collapse. That's how we got to get out of here. Okay, if business runs on as usual, nobody's going to want to leave. Everybody's going to keep suffering. Not even knowing they're suffering, thinking that money's going to help them. But Kanye, where's Kanye at? The money didn't help him. He lost some of it. And then he didn't even get to blow the rest of it. He disappeared. And not only that, his so-called spiritual wife is nowhere to be found. And not only that, Lord willing, they'll be smart enough to say he's in the bunker and come up with a hologram, and they'll show a hologram and we'll think it's Kanye. And then he could dance next to Tupac. Shit is crazy, man. Oh, man. I get it. He's in the bunker, right? He went there early. The second book of Ezra, chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay, and what was one of the major plagues of Egypt? Destroying it. Period. Destroying the empire of Egypt. Period. Period. Salakia. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And all throughout the scriptures, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is crying to us to come out of the land of Egypt by obeying him. The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, Okay, come out of her spiritually. There's nowhere to go. Okay, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So where you gonna go? Gonna run to another wicked spot? catch wicked hell in a different wicked culture with a hint of Esau? Come on, man. America, all nations have drunk of the wine of Babylon. Man. Matter of fact, the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead, America's forehead, was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, spiritual holes. Okay, any spiritual demon can flourish in America. The mother of harlots. Any unnatural, non-family productive, sexual, feminist, adulterous way you could think of is accepted in America. And the abominations of the earth. This is the abomination of the earth. Okay? This is Babylon the Great, America. The second book of Ezra, chapter 15, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. Okay, then we read the plagues of famine. Okay, the sword, which is the gun, the knife, laws, bombs, drones. The bum's bear claws is a sword. You gotta fight them bear claws of the bum. His paws is his sword just to get your plate. Okay. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting in hell and with the fearful constellation. And since I just read that, I'm going to switch to the second book of Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? Now, you got this man all up looking suspect, just suspect, but nobody's paying anybody any mind. Nobody feels like they need deliverance. Everybody feels safe. Okay? And you may call him a homeless man, but he's not homeless. Okay? His flesh is a home. It is a home to a spirit. Okay? That spirit is housed inside of that flesh. So that vessel may not have a house is what we would call. But that man is not homeless until he's dead in the casket. It's like, nah, that's when he's just an abandoned building. It's a lot, kid. But, yeah. Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. See, this man is going through an extreme famine. Now, of course, this always happened before in history, but America right now, with the food pantries going through a crisis, the economic ceiling being being touched, this only beginning.
Connection is available to the Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
And when people stop eating in public, Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Makakwadash. It's usually before I had took this little forced to take this 15-day vacation when I only needed 4. 15 no day pay. It's like Salagia. 15 no pay vacation when I only needed 4. There would be about 185 people working in my department throughout the day. Today at the start of the shift, it was only 125. By the end of the shift, it was only about 80. So it's 100 less employees just within 15 days in my department. And that's just my department. My job, it looks like a ghost town now compared to how it used to. And I want to say Barak Yahweh Shai for systematically shutting this corrupt, wicked world down at an unstoppable pace. Shalom.